William Derks. Yeah. We got some William Derks fans in the house. He holds a BA from Western Michigan University. I am from Michigan. I know many people who went there, and it's a fine place. My sister recently graduated from Kalamazoo College, which is nearby but different. He and a fiction editor for the Boiler Literary Journal. Oh, also impressive. I stopped too soon. He won the 2013 Lumina fiction contest, judged by George Saunders, and has been. This is great. It's all great stuff. Yeah. Well, you can read the rest of it if you really want to. But William Derks, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, man. This is really cool to be doing this. I feel awesome. I'm from a really small town in Michigan, and I do fancy readings in Brooklyn, New York for everybody. Okay, I'm just gonna get going. How long should I go? 10? 5?
Woo! How long is the story?
It's 9 pages.
Don't leave us hanging.
All right.
Go for
well,
it.
Here we go, buddy. And I just want to let you know that a lot of my characters are not likable people, so just know that that's not completely me. Okay, this is called A Step Ahead of Perseverance. Of course we were in the basement of Southwest Community Baptist again. I guess that's what happens when you fall asleep at the wheel for the 5th time. Or maybe you ran out of gas on the Ambassador Bridge with a couple of pints in the back seat. And when the flashlights woke you up, you shit your pants, crawled out the passenger window, stood on the edge, held onto the cold rail and said, "Let me go or I'll jump. I'm serious. I'll fucking jump." Only they lassoed your legs like real cowboys. You did your 6 months, and that's how you find your ass sitting next to Lenny Jenkins again, wishing you jumped. Heard on the scanner you're going to take a plunge, Lenny says. He has a way of whistling through his teeth and making his hands swan dive into the church floor. He hits me and half whispers, "But you don't strike me as a suicidal." The shirt under his bib overall smells like he's been masturbating into it. I peel away because the smell reminds me of my life. 1 second driving out of this Detroit hellhole, moving to Florida and building houses, stone sober and happy in the sun, but then fucking it all up, living at a mission, and then coming back too and begging for a job at a gas station just to make some rum money. I lean into Lenny's ear and say to him, "Who says I ain't?" "I know how it is," he says. "You need to get snockered." Beneath his overalls, he dips his hand. His fingernail taps a secret bottle. I see the dirty plastic peeking out. I know Lenny brews strawberry shine, so I stick up my nose like I'm sniffing the garden. "What's in that?" I say. He returns the bottle. "You just never mind," he says. Under the table, I feel something cold crawl up my leg. It feels like a rattlesnake, and I jump. "Holy shit," I say. Across the table, Rebecca Dancer's smiling. She has freckles and straight red hair, smooth, like her husband doesn't mind dropping $100 per bottle on shampoos and conditioners. She's an anorexic, a nervous type who pops pills and steals from vet clinics and doctors' offices. Ever since my 3rd go-round at Community Baptist, she turned into the woman of my dreams. A rich girl who'd give her pretty front teeth not to play wifey anymore. "I thought you liked feet?" she asked. I scoot back in my chair and look under the table. Rebecca has a thing for only wearing heels, pink ones this time. They lay to the side and I see her toes are like talons curling. "Whoa," Lenny says. "Look at those peepers." He gives me a quivering eye like he's about to burp up his lunch. "Now say, purple's a great color. And since sex with Rebecca stands a close second to vodka with a lime, or tying a noose and finding an oak tree, I say, damn straight it's a good color." "I just got it," Rebecca says and bats her eyes. "It's called Playdate Purple." Lenny whistles through his teeth again, and Rebecca rubs my calf with her half-calloused toe again. "Get it?" she says. "Playdate?" I wince and give a wink. "You ain't kidding," I say. Along the back wall, there's a window for us to nab coffee in styrofoam cups, cans of soda, hot dogs or stale chips, anything to keep us craving the soft stuff. The prices are written on a yellow poster board in red marker, and a kid who's filling his community service hours collects our quarters and shoves them it all into a silver lockbox. It's all next week's church donations, they say. But as Southwest Community Baptist, we can't swear too loud for the preacher sleeping upstairs. We're not supposed to number 2 in the number 3 bathroom. Neither can we streak strawberry shine into our overalls. It's all right to us. But the one rule we have a hard time living with is that we can't smoke. And everyone from Rod Kranz, a 30-year gas station attendant, to Roger Parks, the 1987 state arm wrestling champ, are bitching about it. Before every session, Maud likes to buzz around the room in her wheelchair, shushing for ashtrays. God damn it, she says. She dicks around near a pile of folding tables. One of them slams the floor. The new people jump and she says, I know they're here. The bastards are hiding them on us. Roger Parks is searching behind the trash cans while Maud buzzes toward the back hallway. But what strikes everyone as odd, the hypocrisy of it all, is that we can smell 50 years of smoke seeping from the paneling. We taste it in the air and feel a drip from the ceiling tiles. What's it gonna hurt is what I'd like to know, Maud says. It's 2012, Rebecca says. We care for other people now, Maud, not just ourselves. Maud wheels over, gives the pretty girl a look that would melt into rusted ice pick. Tell it to the husband, sweetheart, 'cause these ears ain't listening. Rebecca's pouting now, folding her bony arms and trying to keep her eyes from watering. It makes me feel bad because I still taste her apple lip gloss on my teeth. Don't let her get you down, Lenny says to Rebecca. He lifts the bottle from his overalls, hides it with his massive hand, and asks if she needs a snort. Like a kid, she shakes her head, picks at the edge of the table. Unless you got some more of those Vicodin, she says. And it always ends with a, sorry, doll. Lenny reaches into the back of his overalls and rubs. You know how my back's been hurting me. Of course she huffs, and maybe she's crying on the inside, but that's when Claire Robinson creaks up to the podium. His gray toupee is about 3 shades lighter than his side hair, and when he coughs into the microphone, it sends those rusty ice picks into our ears. We wince, but Claire's a nice guy, a guy who's been married to Maud Kranz for 10 years and was able to drop the bottle afterward. By the way his cheeks suck to his face, it's easy to see he's running on fumes. The microphone squeals and his vocal cords are smoked. Brotherly love, he's preaching. I want you to set it down, he says. He coughs. All the hate you once had in your heart, and all the people you once wronged, I want you to set it down. The community service kid's lifting his pants and handing out pieces of paper. Lottery pencils roll across the banquet tables. Lenny Jenkins counts on his fingers. And at the end of ours, Roger Parks squints at the ceiling to remember the names. What about humility, Maud says. We missed step 8. You know, where we humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. Set him down, Claire says. And with a little force, the pencils start scratching. Who do you hurt this time, Lenny asks me. He hunches over and sneaks a drink. Only when I try to write, I can't imagine anyone specific. Rebecca's doodling pictures, and in my mind I'm 5,000 feet deep into the ocean. I'm staring over a trench cliff, and when I jump, I start singing into blackness and bubbles. Claire clasps his hand behind his back and paces behind the podium. The American flag behind her reminds us of defeat, and I want to think of something other than myself for a change. The community service kid, his headphones blare as he leans his chair into the rack of Mars bars. Everything else is silent. Let me see. Yes, Claire says and raises a finger. I can think of someone, he says. Drinking drove me to hurt this person, and when I think of them now, wherever they are, in Kansas, or Sacramento, or up the block, it's all dreams, but I can see this person in my mind. In the eyes of the new people, you can see they're going to dark places, whispering different names to themselves. Along with the other 5-timers, Maud crosses her arms and isn't buying it. Across from me, Rebecca says, I can't think, and it doesn't come to me either. So I start scribbling names, any name, one after the other, hoping maybe it will come to me from a blur. Sylvester, I write, and then Mickey, and a Louise Hardiman. But that seems to strike a nerve, so I set my pencil down. I was in Kentucky, Claire says. He huffs a laugh. How about you, Maud? Where are you in your mind? Lenny gives another toothy whistle. A few pencils drop, and with crossed arms, Maud leers at him through a top lens of her trifocals. I think it has something to do with a pitchfork, she says. Correct me if I'm wrong, lover boy. Claire rubs at a pain in his spine, and I'm still in that dark trench, sinking further, only now I'm spinning from the ankles. The pencil scratch, and I swear one of my ears pops. I hold my nose, blow out, and put the drum back into place. Hey Mike, Lenny leads forward and talks into my good ear. What are you putting down, he asks. I'm drawing blank. Do your own work, Rebecca says. Her eyebrows are furrowed mad. We all need a cigarette. Under the table she puts her heels back on. She goes back to doodling for a second, but then sets her forehead on the table, groans, holds her nose with her wrists. She pounds the table. I want us all to imagine something, Claire says. Maybe this will help. I want you to imagine going to your darkest place, and to get there, I want you to imagine a cliff. I don't want to jump off no cliff, I shout. Sorry, he says. Sorry, Mike. Then try it this way. I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay.
Most literal cliffhanger I've ever heard.